Hi, I'm Lynn Chen. I'm 33. I live in Los Angeles, California, and I'm an actress and a food blogger. So for the last 5 years of my life, I've been completely obsessed with food. All I do is cook, I watch food shows, I read cookbooks, I listen to podcasts about food. I mean, I'm just obsessed with food. So a few months ago, we started a food blog, basically, where we examine what actors eat. Because the truth is, we do eat. We take pictures of everything that we eat on a daily basis. We show the different restaurants we're going to. We do product reviews. We show healthier spins on different foods. It's just a lot of fun to be involved in the food community and to meet other people who are just as passionate about food. I think my passion for food comes from my family. I come from a very large one. Basically, every gathering that we have revolves around food. Everyone's an amazing cook, and we always have way, way, way too much to eat. There's absolutely nothing like good old Chinese cooking. So whenever I travel, my first concern is the food. What are the locals eating? What's the seasonal produce? What must I have? What is that region known for? For example, when I was in Southeast Asia, I was obsessed with finding a cherimoya, which is a type of fruit that's known as the king of fruits in Southeast Asia. It's also known as a custard apple, and of course I had to have it. So when we were in Southeast Asia, I was on this quest to find the elusive cherimoya, and I couldn't find it at all. It wasn't in season. Then I came back to the States and I found it at my local farmer's market. And you know what? It did taste like a custard apple. When I was in Italy, which probably had my favorite food, I had this pasta called pici, which is basically a handmade pasta, a really fat spaghetti. It's super, super glutteny and starchy, and it just sucks all of the sauce that it's in. I had it with butter and sage there. I had it with tomato and capers. Just sticks to the pasta, and I haven't been able to find it here in the States. I guess people don't make pici here, which is sad because it's so good. I had shot this film 5 years ago where I played a ballet dancer, and I couldn't eat anything for months, and I was obsessed with having pizza. It seemed to be the only thing I was craving. So what I did right after I finished shooting was go on this pizza vacation with my husband. We drove through Connecticut. First we went to Pepe's Pizza, which is on Wooster Street in New Haven, and we had their white clam pizza. It's little neck clams, Parmesan cheese, and garlic on this really chewy crust that they put in a wood-fired oven. That was for lunch. Then we drove up to Mystic, Connecticut for the Mystic Pizza from the movies. And you know, I love eating foods that I see in movies, but that's a whole other 7-minute story. And then we stayed overnight in Mystic. Then on the way back, we went back to New Haven, went to Sally's Pizza, which is sort of Pepe's rival, had pizza there, compared the two, and picked up another pizza from Pepe's on the way back for dinner. That was a lot of pizza. People have described me as adventurous, down to earth. I like to be pretty spontaneous. I like to just hit the road at a moment's notice and just see what ends up happening, not plan anything. But in my everyday life, I do like a little bit of order. Being an actress, you have to be very determined, you have to have a very thick skin. I'm getting rejected all the time, so I'm used to it if you decide to reject me from this job. That's okay. I'll get over it. Well, this talk of food is getting me really hungry, so it's time to find a place to eat. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go online on my iPhone and find a food truck. And there's one nearby. Let's go. I'm very passionate about food. And that's pretty obvious just from the amount of work I put into my blog each and every single day. I think about it all the time. I'm writing about it, I'm watching it, I'm doing it. By doing it, I mean cooking it. I feel like the last 5 years of my life I've sort of been preparing for this with my obsession with food. It's just the natural progression for me to do a food show because I'm already comfortable in front of the camera. And I love food. So food trucks are sort of the latest craze in LA. Basically, they're gourmet food trucks. This one is, you got Philly cheesesteaks, you got Korean barbecue, and you got tacos. So you got Mexican, Korean, American. Now I'm unwrapping my cheesesteak. It's an absolute beast here. It's humongous. Gogi means beef in Korean. And this beef is ribeye that's been chopped up. It's been marinated in Korean barbecue, so it's slightly sweet. You got the saltiness from the meat combined with the sweetness of the barbecue sauce, combined with some lightly grilled onions. You got a little thin layer of cheese underneath. It's not smothered like other Philly cheesesteaks. And also you've got a light layer of spicy kimchi, which is pickled Korean cabbage. And all together it just works. It's terrific. And the roll is perfectly toasted as well, which is important in a cheesesteak. I've had a lot of cheesesteaks before because my husband's from Philadelphia. And this is definitely not a cheesesteak, but it's one of the greatest things I've had between two pieces of bread. They'd be proud in Philly. The Koreans in Philly would be very proud. Doing my happy food dance. Goodbye. I'll miss you. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you stay satisfied on the road trip of life.